still see your shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. It's to the point why.
What is going on, everybody? It's FreshMode Studios here, back in the video channel, the NBA 2K20 news video, and today we're going to be going over some shooting, some defensive badges, and some new dribbling news. So this did come out a couple days ago, but I'm finally getting to it now. And yeah, so the first thing is Tier 3 First Steps badge unlocks with 86 feet with ball. Same with the momentum cross and Tier 3 dribbling moves, so that's still the same as last year based on ball control, the ball control rating. And keep in mind that the ratings fluctuate based on your rhythm, your takeover, and fatigue. So you may want to buffer if speed boosting is important to you. I'm getting this straight from Mike Wang's Twitter, some of his replies, so I'm going to talk a little bit more on that later in the video. Eraser is not coming back. Here are the other block relating badges: Chase Down Artist, Heart Crusher, Intimidator, Pogo Stick, and Rim Protector. So Pogo Stick helps you cut down the compression and decompression on block attempts, allowing you to jump repeatedly faster. Basically, it sounds like it is. Post shimmy shots are part of the Deep Fade badge. Spamming won't do much good if we are talking about spamming triangle. So when we hit the defensive impact hard, if you're coming down from block, it's also easier to draw a foul as a shooter if the blocker jumps early. You need to time your blocks correctly to be successful on defense. So maybe that'll add something to the shooting aspect of shooting threes and somebody jumps too early or something, maybe too late, because there was a lot of calls on that last year in the NBA, with all the feet and all that crap, with the not giving people enough space and all that. So maybe they'll add some of that to the game. Dribble moves are, as you know, then they're still on the right stick, but he mentioned before that there were some on the left stick in the blog, and he just meant there were simple crossovers, so basically basic moves on there. And so Heart Crusher, back to that badge, knocks down the other team's takeover meters when you get a block or steal. Intimidator buffs the defender's impact on all block/contest attempts. Defensive stopper was removed. Talk about this in a previous video, but he said it was removed in Liu, I don't know what that word means, of more context specific badges. So basically just replaced it with a bunch of other little badges. That's why there's freaking 80 of them this year. So there are a lot of factors that go into how strong contest is: hand position, body position, ratings, etc. The defensive impact you get translates into a percentage of coverage, what we know as light, heavily and smothered, or open and stuff. So that just is basically talking about, somebody was asking about the defensive, how that contest works. So we'll see. It's probably going to be the same, I think, as last year. We reused the right stick to contest and stuff, but that's just kind of expanding on some details with that shot contest. So attributes drop steadily the colder you get, but right now he has certain ones bottoming out at -5 and some at -7, depending on what type of player you are. So if you go cold, you get that cold logo. -7, could be the worst that you could get for your ratings. So now he also replied to there's a much more involved answer for if your stamina bottoms out, how much does that drop attributes by? So he says complicated, but each attribute is handled individually and can decay at different rates. So a different thing is with the dribbling, from some piecing together some of his tweets, dribbling is going to be a little bit harder in terms of with the more stamina you use, that the more your rating is going to be dropping. So keep in mind with that whole momentum thing of the 86 ball control, and with the build tester, you're going to be able to see what overall you're going to be able to want to get to unlock certain animations that you might want with that Tier 3 dribbling. And then of course you don't want to just be at 86. That's why I said earlier you may want to get like a higher overall, or maybe some better badges or whatever it may be, so that way you can still do those moves even if you're a little bit tired. So that way if you want to be a dribble guy, something like that, you're going to need to have a lot of stamina and all that, so that way your ratings don't just go flying under the the 86 ball control. But it is going to happen eventually over time. Combine that with coldness and it's not going to work out too well. But anyway, so then there's one last thing I want to touch on, and a question about shooting. Will shooting be once again more about timing your release, or will attributes have more of an impact? This guy says that I hope attributes would have more of an impact. Felt like non-shooting builds hit a little too much. So Mike Wang replied and said all the factors work together. It's not a straightforward answer. Seems to be a common theme here, but I can't understand because he's trying to explain all this complicated stuff. I mean, I can't imagine trying to make this, this game and all this stuff you got to put in there. But still, anyway. Plus, it differs based on difficulty and mode, but generally attributes, badges, and shot selection have a stronger impact on shot success than timing. So interesting tidbit there. And yeah, so that is pretty much gonna wrap up this video. Just kind of went over some quick stuff that y'all might want to know. And yeah, so if you guys did enjoy this video, if you did, make sure you do go ahead and drop a like video. So you have more content. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.